What's going on, you guys? Guess what? My Tacoma hit 100,000 miles this past weekend. Woo! 100,000! Oh my gosh! Wow, 100,000 miles. So that's a milestone for us, you know, with the third gen. There's not a lot of third generation Tacoma that have hit that milestone. So I figured I'd do a quick video of things that have broken down so far on the third generation Tacoma, and then things that I like and perhaps things that I don't quite like about it. But overall, just my experience with the third gen Tacoma, and hopefully this will help you guys you know, take notice of things that might break down on your third gen Tacoma. And so yeah, let's just get into the video. So there she is, third gen Tacoma with 100,000 miles. So at the moment it's almost 100,200 miles, I believe. But before I get started, I just want to let you guys know a little bit of walk around just to that this is not a stock Tacoma. I've done quite a number of things to it. Suspension's all upgraded. Obviously the front bumper, lights, wheels and tires, skid plates. So this is not a stock Tacoma. I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. But other than that, everything else in the engine bay, the inside is pretty stock. So how did we get so many miles on the third gen Tacoma? Well, this is our only truck or only car. So I have a maintenance business, so I use it for work, my daily driver, carry ladders, tools and whatnot. So I average around 10,000 to 15,000 just for work. And then also we use this a lot for our trip. So whenever we are camping in the mountains, we take along the Tacoma, and it can carry everything. And we have taken it everywhere, literally. You know, we live in California, but we have taken it to most of the West Coast. We just got back last trip to the Southwest, so we did New Mexico, went to Colorado, all through Arizona. We have taken it to Wyoming, Idaho a few years ago. Then obviously California, we did Oregon as well, and all through Nevada, Utah. So most of the West Coast. So that's why it's so many mileage on her. But she's very reliable, and that's the reason why we have so many mileage on this Tacoma. First thing that I've broken down on this Tacoma is the battery. So I'm not sure what type of battery is on the OEM, but we had to replace the battery around 50, I believe 40 or 50,000 miles. So that out on us when we're at a job, and we had to pretty much get it towed to a mechanic and then had the battery replaced. So that was one of the first things that happened. So just be wary that there is a whole thing with OEM battery on the third gen Tacoma that they do break down pretty easily. So yeah, that was one of the first things that happened to the truck that need to be replaced. And the other thing that broke down doesn't really bother me too much is the TPMS, the tire pressure monitoring system. So when we replaced the tires, they had to modify the TPMS inside, and I'm not sure that's the reason why it broke down, but it did break down on us. So right now I didn't want to replace this, so I've been running it like with the sensor on the whole time, and it doesn't really bother me. I mean, now I just don't even notice it, but some guys would notice it and kind of irritate. But for me, it's not an issue. You air down anyway when you go off-roading or when you do some type of trail, so for me it's always be there, and you know, it doesn't really bother me too much. But the other thing that I have broken down after that is probably the display. so there was a couple of dead pixel. I'll put a picture in what I mean on the screen. So it's a dead pixel on the screen. So it happened actually twice, one around 40,000 miles, and the other time it happened around like 90,000 miles. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It goes away, but then it came back like, you know, at 80,000 miles. So, and then now it's gone. So I'm not sure if the weather has to do anything, but it did last a few months. So whenever we turn on the car, we see dead pixel on it. So that was another thing that broken down on it. And one of the last thing that probably broken down is probably recently is the sonar, the backup sensor sonar. So it said it was cold weather, or it said it was dirty, need to be cleaned or taken to the dealer. And it goes on and off. So right now it's okay, but the past few months it was showing that it cannot be used. So I'm not sure what's the issue there. So yeah, that's another thing that did break down the backup sonar. And one of the last thing that happened is probably the door hinges, and I'll put a clip to another video. Another new thing that just happened recently on last trip is the door hinges. So I don't know, you guys can hear it. I'll do it again. Yeah, so something is loose inside the door, and yeah, there it is. So this happened actually during a windy day, so I'm not sure if it just pushed something and something is broken inside, but you know, that's another thing that's broken down. Those are the things that have broken down on this 3rd Gen Tacoma so far for us. So a few things that I guess I don't really like, or things that maybe kind of nuisance on this 3rd Gen is probably the first thing is the halogen light bulbs in the front and back. I don't know why Tacoma put halogen on a 2017 Tacoma. Right now, you obviously have light bars and pot lights and ditch lights, so give me tons of lights. But initially it was just very, very dim, especially when backing up into my driveway as well. So I did replace the backup lights with the LED, but I'm surprised that Tacoma did not come with LED lights bulb. The other thing is probably just the display. I like, you know, I have an iPhone, so it did not have Apple CarPlay, and so for that reason it just kind of, you know, a nuisance to not have that option. You know, most of these I think Tacoma changed already on the newer years of Tacoma, but my year didn't have any of those. So those are some of the things I kind of irritating. The other thing is probably just the bull bar or the handlebar when you go in. I like having that option to hold when especially you get into the car and whatnot. And the last thing is probably on the display. I know it's small little detail, but it irritates me. It's kind of weird, but when you turn on, you know how the car is gray color, but my car is blue. So that's another thing that kind of like, how come they didn't do it match with the same color? Why is it just a gray color? So small little things like that, obviously it doesn't really affect, you know, me that much, but those are little things I've noticed that kind of, you know, would love to have it, but it doesn't really, you know, affect me, my day-to-day driving and stuff like that. So, but small things like that Tacoma have taken care of on the newer generation, but just a few things that kind of irritates me a little bit. So things that I really enjoy about this truck is obviously having the long bed. Having that 6-foot bed really provide me a lot of space when it comes to putting all my tools. And then, you know, we go camping a lot, and overall we always have plenty of space to put things on. So having that 6-foot bed is always nice. And then also it's like Tacoma is very easy to work on. You know, most of the stuff that I put onto the trucks, beside the suspension, I've done it myself. and then oil change and that kind of stuff I've done it myself as well. Certain tools I don't have for it, but Tacoma overall, Toyota overall, is easy to work on. So that's another plus of getting a Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma. Alright guys, well, hope you enjoyed that video. I figure I'd make just a quick video describing what has broken down on my Tacoma, and there's a 100,000 mile review, I guess. So things that hopefully that can help you look out for if you have a 3rd gen Tacoma. And I know that Tacoma is really reliable, but these are the few things that have broken down. So just a few things just to look out for. And then let me know in the comment what things have perhaps have broken down your Tacoma that I didn't mention, and then I'll look out for them just in case and be prepared for stuff like that. So let me know in the comment section below how many miles you have, things that have broken down your Tacoma. I am planning to get another Tacoma by the end of this year. I'm looking forward to getting perhaps the TRD Sport 4x4 or the TRD Off-Road 4x4. And let me know in the comment section, what do you guys want me to get? Should I get the TRD Sport 4x4 or the TRD Off-Road 4x4? I'm not gonna lie, I like the hood scoop on the Sport a lot. I know a lot of guys say it's fake and whatnot, but I just enjoy the way it looks, especially when you take picture of the Tacoma out there in the mountains and when we go off-roading, camping and whatnot. So yeah, let me know, should I get the TRD Sport 4x4 or TRD Off-Road 4x4? And then obviously my final thought is the Tacoma is very reliable, and that's another reason I really like Tacoma. In general, Toyota, I believe. And then just the resale value. I had another Tacoma before this. I sold it just because it was the pre-runner, and it was just a 4-cylinder, so it wasn't enough power to get me to the places where I was planning to go and stuff like that. But yeah, so Toyota is very reliable, resale value is good, and it's just the aftermarket support on the Tacoma is amazing. You literally can buy every little things for the Tacoma, so that's another reason why there's such a great cult following when it comes to Toyota Tacoma, especially in United States and Canada. So yeah, overall that's my experience in this 100,000 mile journey on the 3rd gen Tacoma. And so hope you guys enjoyed that video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Most of my channel is about exploring, seeing things out in the wilderness, outdoor stuff. So hopefully you guys can subscribe and support this channel. But and also share this video if you know anybody that's planning to get a Tacoma. Hopefully this can be informative for them. Give them an idea what to look for, give them an idea what to do with their Tacoma. But other than that, yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.